Hello, and welcome to I really want to talk about all the theories that I have for the FNAF movie, so I'm going to make a video about all the theories that I have for the FNAF movie, and you guys are going to just deal with it. I love the FNAF movies. I have to say, I love them so much. They're not perfect. I will put that out there. I 100% believe they are not perfect, but they are perfect for me, and with them simplifying the lore for the normies makes it so much easier for me to theorize about the movie. I've been a big fan of FNAF lore ever since I started watching people play FNAF, which is back whenever PewDiePie did his video on the first FNAF game. That was the first time I saw it. I was deeply intrigued after watching that. I have been a fan of both the lore and the games, although I don't play them, and the community and the cosplay and everything. And as soon as the FNAF movie came out, I was so excited. And honestly, it excites me more that the lore in the FNAF movie is different from the lore in the games. So it's been about a week since I saw the FNAF 2 movie, and the entire drive home, I had my head reeling of many theories that I have pertaining to the FNAF movies characters and what might happen in the third movie, and also how many movies I personally think there might and should be. I wrote them all down. Hopefully I can get them out with clarity. Sometimes I get a little hectic, especially when I'm excited and I'm explaining stuff that I think, so hopefully I can convey all my thoughts properly, but I have them written down, so hopefully I will get it out. I'll put it out there. These are my theories. I do not 100% think that they're correct. Some of them I think are a little bit more likely, some of them I think are a little less likely, and there's only one theory on here that I think is correct. But I guess we'll see when the time comes whether I'm right or not. And I would love to hear your theories about the movies and your thoughts about the theories that I have. Let's make it a discussion. My first theory centers around where I think Garrett is. What animatronic I think Garrett is possessing. Garrett wasn't really mentioned much in the second movie, and I think the big reason why Garrett wasn't mentioned in the second movie is because Mike thought that the spirits moved on. In the beginning of the movie, all the animatronics kind of disappeared, so he thought they moved on, and he's trying to move on. Maybe he's satisfied with just knowing what happened to Garrett. Maybe he doesn't think Garrett is in an animatronic. I think Garrett's in an animatronic, though. I feel like there are 3 possible animatronics that Garrett could be in. And I'm going to go from what I think is the least likely to what I think is the most likely, and this is the one thing that I 100% believe is actually the case. This is the one with my full chest. I will say I believe this is who Garrett is inside. And I just want to say, those who say Garrett is in Balloon Boy, you guys are messed up. You guys are so messed up, seeing as what Mike did to Balloon Boy. I've seen it a lot. I've seen the Garrett is inside a Balloon Boy a lot. I think, that's just as ridiculous as Garrett being inside of the cupcake. My theory with Garrett is he has to be inside of an important animatronic. I don't think he's gonna be in some B-list, C-list animatronic. He's gonna be in a super important animatronic. So the theory that I think is least likely to happen is that they will make a new animatronic specifically for the movies that Garrett will be inside. If they want to throw us off and really surprise us, this is what they could do. But I think this is the least likely to happen. I think people would be upset if Garrett was in an animatronic that wasn't a already known animatronic. The second one that I think that is it could be, but I believe the other one a lot more, is I think Garrett could be inside Baby. 100% Circus Baby is possessed. I just don't know if they take someone who is so important to the lore like Elizabeth and Circus Baby and change them to someone else. 100% Circus Baby is possessed, but I do have a theory about what is going on with Circus Baby already. I think Garrett is inside of Golden Freddy, and this is why. I know the Golden Freddy child moved on. He moved on, the other children moved on, but you know what we didn't see? We did not see the Golden Freddy animatronic. We saw all the animatronics. We saw all the other animatronics kind of fall over and break and lose power. We did not see the Golden Freddy animatronic. And as most theorists know that are into theories about Five Nights at Freddy's, Golden Freddy houses two spirits in the game. At least I believe. I don't know if it's canon. I know there's a book in which Golden Freddy has two spirits. I know there is. I have not read it. I don't know much about it, but I know it exists. So I believe Garrett is inside of Golden Freddy. I believe Garrett was dormant inside of Golden Freddy in the first two movies, and in the third movie, he will be in control of the Golden Freddy suit. This is the one that I'm the most certain of. So my next theory, Puppet is the vengeful spirit. Golden Freddy is not the vengeful spirit in the movie, 100%. Charlotte, Emily, the puppet, is the vengeful spirit in the movie canon. At first, I thought that maybe Charlotte and Golden Freddy had switched positions, where Golden Freddy had become the protector and Charlotte had become the vengeful spirit. But after a lot of thinking, I'm like, no, Golden Freddy doesn't really seem like the protector. Golden Freddy does seem like he was the leader of the children, but I wouldn't call him the protector. I think Golden Freddy kind of got demoted to just another child, just like the leader of them. And I believe Abby is the protector. I'm sure many of you have realized this, that the puppet has taken the place of the vengeful spirit in the movie timeline. Let's move on to Vanessa. Vanessa, now currently possessed by the puppet. I believe this is a good way that they can slip Vanny into here. Vanessa in Security Breach is Vanny, and right now she's possessed by the puppet, which is kind of the same thing where she was kind of possessed by Glitch Trap and turned into Vanny, or like brainwashed. It can go that way. It's a very similar circumstance that Vanessa is in that can turn her into Vanny. I think it would be very, very cool if they brought Vanny into this. Oh, that would be so cool. If you're gonna have Vanessa, I feel like you have to have Vanny at some point. Even if it's just her dressing up like Vanny to go out, like if Charlotte is possessing her for a long time and she needs to hide the fact that she's got the black tear stains and everything, and she just wears a costume to get around, and it's the Vanny costume. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this will happen. I don't know if they'll bring that into it, but I feel like this is the perfect case to bring Vanny into the movie timeline. Another thing about Vanessa, I think Vanessa will die in the third movie. I think Vanessa is going to sacrifice herself to either save Mike or save Abby, and I think Michael Afton is going to be the one to kill her. So this will all play into what I think the fourth movie. Yes, I do think there will be a fourth movie, at least in the whole story that I am making in my head that I think would be really cool. Michael Afton accidentally kills Vanessa, and we'll go back on that when I'm talking about Michael Afton. Let's talk about Circus Baby. I said earlier that I think Circus Baby is possessed. Circus Baby has the green eyes. Circus Baby looked at Vanessa when she came into the closet. I really think there is an Elizabeth Afton. I don't know if this is a long shot, but I think Elizabeth Afton either died when both Michael and Vanessa were still very young. Maybe she was the oldest, or maybe she died before they were born. Although if they did want to keep Elizabeth as the youngest, I feel like they might not talk about Elizabeth, Vanessa, and Michael. I heard some theories that some people think Vanessa was a replacement for Elizabeth. Like Elizabeth died and then they adopted Vanessa. That would still support the fact that Vanessa doesn't know about Elizabeth. That comes down to it. I don't know that Michael or Vanessa know that Elizabeth is in Circus Baby. Of course, Vanessa knows about Circus Baby. We found that out through the dream sequence. But does she know that her sister is inside of her? And then that moves on to, I think Circus Baby is the reason that William Afton is driven to kill. It goes on to a few theories that we have from the games where William Afton is doing the experiments to try to bring back his kids. I feel like Elizabeth was the first of the first to possess an animatronic. William saw it, figured that out, and he wanted to figure out how to bring Elizabeth back. So that's why he's killing the kids, he's putting them in the suits, trying to get them possessed by them. And this is all just a thing to try to research to get Elizabeth back. I feel like maybe before Elizabeth, Afton was okay, but of course, why would he make Circus Baby with the whole death claw thing? I do think Elizabeth was the first one to die. But now thinking about how Baby is and the whole killing thing, maybe she didn't die from being scooped inside of her body. Maybe she died a different way in the movies. And that turned Afton into being evil. I think the third FNAF movie will end with a hint towards sister location. Do I think Baby will be shown in the third movie? Potentially, but I do not think she will be a focus. Or actually, I hope she's not a focus. These movies have been so short, I don't want too many elements being smushed in there at the same time. We know we're gonna get Springtrap. We know we're gonna get Vanessa possessed by the puppet. We know we're gonna get Michael Afton. We already have 3 villain elements in there for the third movie. I don't think we can fit another one. So I think Baby might be mentioned. I think there will be a flashback, maybe showing Elizabeth. Maybe Vanessa, after coming out of the puppet control, tells him about it. Maybe there will be flashbacks showing Elizabeth and Baby, but I don't think Baby will be a primary antagonist in the third movie. I think Baby will barely be shown. Going on to the fourth movie, which I just mentioned, I do think there will be 4 movies. It would be nice if there were 5 or 6, but I think they could finish it all out with 4 movies in the story that I'm thinking they might go with, which will probably be wrong, but just let me headcanon a little bit. I think there's a potential for this. I don't think the movie that is focused on Circus Baby will have the other fun times in the movie. Okay, just calm down. I know. I do think they will be shown. I do not think they will be antagonists. They might be shown on posters. They might be referenced. Maybe they show a suit here or there, but I don't think they will be up and moving around. Do I think I'm correct about this? Probably not. I do think they probably will all be in there. I know I'm contradicting myself, but I don't think they should. I feel like the fourth movie will be about something that will take over the whole plot. And I don't know if there's room for the other Funtime animatronics. I think Michael Afton will be a good guy by the end of the third movie. So this goes back to how I think Vanessa's gonna die. I think Michael Afton will be trying to kill either Mike or Abby. Vanessa is gonna save them, die in the process by Michael's hand, and then that will turn into Michael regretting and wanting to turn himself around. So in the games, we believe that him killing the crying child is what turned himself around to not wanting to be Afton's servant, to not wanting to be a bully, to wanting to do better. So I believe that maybe him killing a sibling in the movie context will do the same thing. If he accidentally kills Vanessa, kills her with his own hands, and then regrets it, I think by the last act of the third movie, or maybe the last few minutes, Michael Afton will be a good guy and will be helping Mike and Abby. Especially if he finds out about Circus Baby, which we'll talk about that later. I think there will be at least 4 movies. This is a big hope of mine. I do feel like they might go with only 3 movies. Mostly because it's the trilogy thing. It would be cool. I feel like they cannot end everybody's arcs in the third movie. I feel like it's gonna be rushed. Nothing's gonna feel satisfying, and it's just not gonna be good if they finish every arc in the third movie. So I think in the third movie, the puppet's character arc will be finished, Springtrap's character arc will be finished, and Vanessa's character arc will be finished. Of course, Vanessa will die, Springtrap will die or pass on, or maybe I'm gonna do a little on the cuff theorizing. Maybe the way Puppet and Springtrap's arcs are resolved is Puppet brings Springtrap into the ultimate custom night scenario. Charlotte takes Afton and pulls him into the underworld and tortures him. I mean, I feel like that would be satisfying. I feel like that could be the end of their arc. You know, I'm gonna put that up there. I think that's how the third movie's gonna end. I think Charlotte's gonna take William into the underworld and torture him. Like ultimate custom night. So I'm thinking the fourth movie will involve Michael and Mike working together to pass on the souls of their siblings. I think at the end of the third movie, we will learn that Garrett is inside of Golden Freddy. Michael will learn that Elizabeth is inside of Baby. And the whole fourth movie will be them working together to free their siblings' souls. Actually, you know what? The Fun Times could be interesting as the antagonists against them. I feel like that is what the fourth movie is going to be. It's going to be about them working together with some kind of family lesson built into the movie, and it will be about them passing their siblings on. I know this is kind of out there. I feel like this is the most out there theory that I have, but I think it would be really cool if at the end of the third movie, they kind of started getting along, and in the fourth movie, they worked together to be like, okay, we got a common goal. Let's figure out how to help our siblings pass on to the other side. Okay, that's it for the movie theories that I have. I feel like that was a little bit all over the place. I feel like I'm gonna have fun editing this, but hopefully I conveyed at least my main thoughts towards you guys. Big things. Garrett, I believe, is inside of Golden Freddy. Puppet is, of course, the vengeful spirit. I don't even know if that's a theory at this point. But I think Abby took the role of the protector away from Charlotte. I think Vanessa will die in the third movie at the hands of her brother. Circus Baby is 100% possessed, but by who? I think it's Elizabeth, but who knows? I think Circus Baby is the reason why William Afton is going around killing people. Actually, I think that would be a good flashback for the third movie. Maybe they'll show Elizabeth and how Elizabeth died, and that's why Afton does what he does. Maybe. The third movie will end with hints towards sister location. I personally don't think there'll be other Fun Times outside of Baby, but I think that's a very long shot. I think there will be. It would be really cool to see the Fun Times. The Fun Times are actually some of my favorite animatronics. Michael Afton will be a good guy at the end of the third movie and a good guy in the fourth movie. I think there will be 4 movies. I think in the fourth movie, Michael Afton and Mike Schmidt will be working together to free the spirits of their siblings, and the Puppet, Springtrap's, and Vanessa's arcs will all end in the third movie. There, that could have been the whole video, I guess. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. If you want to see any more theory videos or any more videos like this, just let me know. I don't know if I'm the best at conveying my thoughts, but I really wanted to put them out there and hear what other people thought about it. I just really like this movie, and I'm really excited about all the theories that I'm coming up with in my head. And I hope you really enjoyed my hopefully coherent ramblings. And if you had a good time, I had a good time. And if you had a good time, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe, especially if you like this. And like this video if you like this video, please. So I know if you guys like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!